Good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Shane Hinton hopping on to our digital platforms in order to give you an updated look at your forecast. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. The time is currently 8:38 on your Wednesday, and I want to hop on here to basically give you the information regarding our newly upgraded excessive heat warning and also talk about our elevated fire weather concerns as we navigate throughout the next couple of days. Now, during this stream, I am going to be monitoring the YouTube chat comments, so please feel free to comment in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions about the forecast, please let me know there as well, and I will try to answer them throughout the stream. We'll go ahead and get things started. I'm giving you a live look from our tower camera this morning because if you did wake up a few hours ago, you probably noticed that it was a bit of a cloudier start for us. Unfortunately, those clouds are burning on out of here very quickly. The reason I say unfortunately is because it is going to allow us to heat up very quickly for the afternoon. Currently sitting at 83 degrees out at Camp Mabry, 82 if you're heading to the airport this morning. You'll notice area-wide temperatures are anywhere from the upper 70s to almost mid-80s across central Texas. You can see that the winds also on the breezier side. We're seeing gusts just shy of 25 miles per hour in locations such as Burdett, Georgetown, LaGrange, and Austin. They're around that 21 to 22 mile per hour threshold with sustained winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, we are going to hold on to breezy conditions not only today, but throughout the next several days. And we're going to be talking about how that could be impacting our fire weather concerns. Let's take a look at the current feels like temperatures, because let's be honest, that's what you're dealing with, right? That's what it feels like when you step outside. 97 degrees in LaGrange, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Yes, it is going to be a hot one. In fact, I think out in the coastal plains, specifically in Fayette County, is where we could see some of our highest heat index values. Now, regardless of whether or not you are in the coastal plains, y'all, it is going to feel toasty out there. Let's take a look at why that is. We've got that area of high pressure out toward our west, that Texas heat dome, as we sometimes refer to it as. It's going to continue to really have a hold over our conditions here, not only in Texas, but really for the southwestern United States. As we take a look at your hourly heat index values, you'll see they'll climb to around 112 in Austin, but we could see them even higher for many locations throughout the region. And that is why we got quite a few upgrades to our heat alerts. So let's take a look across the entire state and then hone in specifically here in central Texas. You'll notice that a majority of Texas is either under a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. Now let's zoom in a little bit closer here, and you'll notice that almost all of the KVUE viewing area is now under an excessive heat warning until 9 o'clock in the evening on Thursday. This is due to the fact that we could see feels like temperatures as high as 114 degrees. That is hot, y'all. Okay, we have been dealing with some excessive heat the past couple of weeks. We've seen these excessive heat warnings issued again. This is the first batch in this next round of the heat wave that we're tracking this summer. Now, you will notice that Gillespie and Blanco counties, you are under a heat advisory, but it's also worth noting that you haven't been under any heat alerts at all over the past couple of days. So everywhere in the KVUE viewing area has received an upgrade in the worst way possible. Now, as we take a look at your forecast highs across the area for today, you see that we could tie for our hottest day of the year so far out in Austin. That would be 106 degrees. Yesterday we reached 105, and it was a lot cloudier than what we're expecting today. So keep in mind, 106, 107, not knocking it out of the realm of possibility. Regardless of what it ends up as on the thermometer, it is going to be hot. So start hydrating now. Now I know what you're thinking. You're tuning in the morning. You might even be drinking with your cup of coffee. This is not going to be hydrating you, okay? You need that bottle of water. I keep mine right next to me in the weather center, okay? Keep yours with you throughout the day. If you're going on that walk or that jog, driving to point A to point B, and at work, okay? Please make sure you are staying hydrated, listening to your body, and taking frequent breaks from the heat if any of your plans do include being outdoors. So let's go ahead and take a look at your fire weather outlook for today. You'll notice Wednesday and Thursday basically identical, and the main concerns are going to be west of I-35. We're seeing those dew points start to mix out a bit, and as they do so, that makes the air drier. You combine that with the fact that we have exceptional, moderate, and severe drought that's ongoing west of I-35, on top of the breezy conditions that I was just mentioning earlier. That's why we're seeing elevated fire weather concerns today, tomorrow. Then on Friday and into the weekend, you'll notice that area of concern kind of expands a bit. That's as those dew points mix out, as the moisture in the air mixes out a little bit more. So that's why we're tracking fire weather concerns, not only for the hill country, but also for the I-35 corridor as well. What is in the air. Allergy count showing mulberry and mold both in the medium. Everything else is on the lower end. Now, this is not the only thing we are tracking in the air. We will see the return of Saharan dust. In fact, we are seeing some moderate impacts to our air quality right now, not only in Austin, but in Dallas and Houston, whether that be from seasonal burnings from smoke. The dust, I think, will start to arrive a little bit later on in the week. We have another plume that's going to be moving into the area. I think that'll bring some moderate impacts to our air quality. If you see that haziness in the sky, if you see more intensified colors during sunrises or sunsets, if it's not too cloudy out there, then that is to blame. Okay, so expect for some moderate impacts to our air quality late Thursday, maybe into Friday, and then potentially lingering into your weekend. 7-day forecast is looking very hot, y'all. 106 both today and tomorrow. 105 for Friday. That area of high pressure is going to shift a little bit out toward the west, and as it does so, our temperatures lower, but I'm talking lowering slightly by just a couple of degrees. Nowhere near the heat relief we would like to see. Just as a reminder, 96 is where we typically fall. We are expected to stay well above average throughout this entire 7-day forecast. Throughout the next 10 days, we're still expecting it, okay? There is no heat relief in sight as of this moment. Now, the forecast models have hinted at a brief 10% chance for an isolated shower at some point on Sunday, but you'll notice I'm still leaving Sunday on the drier side just because I don't want to get your hopes up, and I don't want you to think that it's going to be majorly impacting your weekend plans. The main takeaways are that your plans need to include air conditioning and plenty of hydration, and also don't forget the sunscreen, because that UV index unfortunately is still remaining extreme. It's a 12 today, which is one of the highest thresholds we can get on the UV index. I am not seeing any questions here in the chat, but I just want to let you know that we are going to continue to monitor all these heat alerts. I would not be surprised if we see heat alerts get extended or heat advisories get issued for the weekend, because keep in mind the ones that we're currently tracking, I'll pull them right back up here again while we're discussing here. The ones that we're tracking right now run until Thursday evening at 9 o'clock. I do foresee at least some heat advisories getting extended toward the weekend because we're still going to be meeting those criteria. Now, we will be back on the air during KVUE Midday at 11 a.m. We will make sure to have the latest in regards to your heat forecast, and we'll make sure to update you on air and online. Until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful and cool day, or at least try to make it as cool as you can. Stay safe, stay smart. Most importantly, please stay kind, and I will see you all again very soon.